Aries, I will be exploring your love and then your career. So let's have a look and see what's coming up in your love life. Okay, the Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, there's a lot of swords here. There's definitely someone who's ruled by air. So, you know, they don't necessarily have to be an air sign, but this shows there's going to be a struggle for communication here with an air sign. All right, someone's doing the hard work here, Aries, and I believe it's you. If you are dealing with an air sign, I feel like this person, you know, may be a little bit dishonest. I feel like let's take the air sign out of the equation here for a moment here, Aries. I do believe there is someone around you that you're romantically involved with or would like to be romantically involved with. This person doesn't have any inner guidance right now. They're coming up with the Eight of Swords energy. They have a blindfold on. I almost feel like someone's scared to move forward. You know, I did mention this Virgo energy. Maybe it's them that needs to undergo this self-critical energy. Maybe it's them that needs to assess their life goals. I can see that they're not in the most... I just think they have a lot going on here, Aries. I'm not sure if this is because of you. I can see that you've put in the hard work here. You're coming up as the Ten of Wands. Someone, you know, and there's one-sided generosity, one-sidedness. Someone putting a lot of energy, thought and emotion into communication, yet the other is not as receptive as you'd like them to be. What I'm seeing is like the biggest obstacle in love for you will be your communication. Someone is unsure of how they feel. They could even feel guilt-ridden. What's coming to mind is guilt. With the Nine of Swords, I almost feel like the Nine of Swords is things that keep us up at night. Thoughts, words, conversations, things that we've done. So there could be someone around you that's feeling a little bit guilt or a little bit lost. Again, what comes to mind is not all who wander are lost, but however, in this case, I do believe there could be someone significant around you that just isn't feeling right, that isn't feeling like they are themselves or that they see a future right now, is what I'm seeing here. It doesn't necessarily have to be an air sign, but I can see that communication, someone is just going to close themselves off. They want to say something to you, but they won't do it. I think it's going to come towards the end of the month. I do, because that's when you've got the Judgment. I believe it could come mid-month to the end of the month, and then you have the Temperance card. And then you finally have that conversation about, where is this going? This is how I'm feeling. And then you finally start to understand the intentions or the thought pattern behind this person. But for now, I don't believe that this is coming up, because I think this person isn't ready to face what it is that they have to face here. You know, the fact that they're coming up with this energy here, it's someone's being very, very critical. Not sure if this is you here, Aries. I'm not sure if this is this person. Someone is being very critical of their behavior or your relationship. And this is unhealthy. I do believe things will ultimately even out here, absolutely. But I think it's going to take time. The Page of Pentacles is here, which brings upon admiration, a fixation, being enamored, being very intrigued by someone here. I do believe there is an earth sign around you here, Aries, that's going to give a lot to you. This person has a lot of dedication around them because they're coming up as the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. This is someone who you could be working with this person here, Aries. You may be involved with them in a monetary sense. You may know them through finance, commerce, wealth. This may be a client. This may be someone you deal with. You know, you require a service from them from time to time, maybe. But the Page of Pentacles is an admirer, but is not overtly obvious with it. So, or she is not overtly obvious with it. But they are capable of offering you stability here. I do believe for some of you, there may be a partnership that may be formed, or a romantic connection that may be formed. It could start off with friendship or for the purposes of business, like a client, a customer, you know, something like this. But eventually the two of you will come into a relationship together. You're going to have, there's a collaboration here of some kind here. You'll be brought together through career or finance, but you're going to come into something. There'll be movement around you, is what I'm seeing, because the Six of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, shows dedication will progress a relationship forward here. So this is quite exciting. This could also be a gift for some of you. This could be a gift that's actually coming to you from this person. Absolutely. Because the Page of Pentacles is very fixated on something or someone. But I almost feel like you're a little bit distracted here. Look at you. You're busy working on something here, Aries. Or trying to commit to someone. Or having them trying to commit to you. I almost feel like you don't see this other person. And I think it's because of this. You know, there's a notion of someone treading lightly around you this month. This could be the air sign. They're treading lightly around you. There could be possible deceit here. I wouldn't go so far as to say betrayal, but I do think something will come up this month that will make you think differently about someone. But I also feel like you'll want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I also feel like you'll be very determined to keep things going with them, to restore that harmony, restore that balance. I think, that's showing a lot here, Aries. It's showing that you're very into this person, a lot more than you think you are. The hard work, the time, the energy you've put into this person, you've put into this relationship, speaks about how much you've given. Because the Seven of Swords can be possible deceit. It can be obstacles. It's someone treading lightly around you. It's someone beating around the bush. They're not being completely honest. Maybe, as I said, they're not ready to say their piece. Maybe they're not ready to give forth that judgment. And again, it could be harsh. Be prepared, because judgment can come in many forms here, Aries. You're very resilient. And one of the things I love about you is how straightforward you can be. And I think when someone does this to you, you know, it can go either way, but for the most part, I think you handle criticism very, very well. And that's not to say it will be critical behavior. I mean, it could be, yes. You know, judgment comes in many forms, as I've said. However, I do believe whatever this person has to say will come out. Eventually, it'll come out into the open, because you're going to restore balance. So obviously, things will be resolved, at least on some level, because Sagittarius energy is honesty. It's truthfulness. Sagittarius energy doesn't hide anything. So this person isn't wanting to hide things, especially towards the end of the month. So this is something that may come up here for you. But I honestly think that you'll be very, very busy trying to make things work here. You're carrying it. You're still carrying it. So you still believe in this, Aries. You still believe in it enough to come up as the 10 of Wands. You still, for some, I feel like there is someone else around you that is interested in you, but you're distracted with what's going on with this person here. This person that has been giving away too much. This person that may have been fickle. This person that has been very clouded by their own judgment, or withdrawing from you, but for some reason that's making you want them even more here, Aries. You know, it's piquing your interest. So obviously this is going one way, and it's you. You're willing to carry the burden. You're willing to see it through, because you believe, you know, something can happen. And what do you have at the end here? You've got the Six of Pentacles in the form of the scales. This is initially something that was one-sided will come to be evened out. And what is it sitting on top of? The Temperance card. Moderation, balance, counterpart. So I do believe towards the end of the month, in regards to love, romance, and relationships, there is a happy medium. There is some sort of resolution that's going to make you content. It might not make you over the moon, but I do believe it's going to bring a very mutual energy between you and this person. So this is very nice progress, despite what happens around here. But I do believe something will come to light. But for some reason, I feel like you'll want to stick through it. Just go on with it anyway, because you're invested enough to see this through. Let's have a look at your love. Sorry, not your love, your career. Career, business, money for Aries. Okay, I love that you're coming up as the Emperor here. I do believe you are dominating in career. This is powerful stuff. New opportunities, very beautiful. Okay, wow, this is powerful. You're coming up as the Emperor here in your career. This is you dominating your field. This is you having a healthy respect in the workplace. This is competition, however. If you're coming up as your natural element here, you are very, very competitive, Aries. You're a very high achiever, and you're very, very focused on something when it comes to career. For those that have some sort of new opportunity, I do believe this could be in the form of a job interview. This could be in the form of a new job that may be presented to you, someone new that may be working with you under the sign of a Leo or an Aries this month. This is a blessed collaboration, something that could turn into a friendship here. The Ace of Cups is all about emotion. So this could be a new project that starts, but you know, it's also recognition here. I'm seeing you coming out into the spotlight here. This is powerful. This could be a mentor. I feel as though you may be a mentor to someone you're working with in your career here. I do believe you're starting to be more acknowledged and more revered in your field, your contributions, or what it is that you add to the business, what it is that you add to the company, and things like this with the Emperor energy. It is competition coming in, but I do believe you'll win. You'll stand out from the crowd like no other. This is powerful. This is what you're good at, Aries. So this takes me by no surprise. The Knight of Pentacles is here. So I do believe there's an offer that's been a long time coming. You've been waiting for this for quite some time here, Aries. It is in the form of money or recognition. This could be an award, an incentive, or a bonus of some kind. I feel like this is something, it's almost like a trophy, the Ace of Cups. It's an outpour of emotion. It's an outpour of admiration, encouragement, support, money, finance. So I do believe you are increasing your finances here on some level. You know, it's quite a large amount of money coming in, and if this is a new opportunity, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the money that you're being offered with the Knight of Pentacles. This is business transactions and services. So this is new clients, new customers coming board, new opportunities that can bring you money, is what I'm seeing here. Particularly if you are wanting to collaborate with another fire sign, the Aries, the Leo, possibly a water sign here. This is going to bring you lots of money, which is really, really nice. You didn't have any aces in your general reading. You did have the Judgment card with the Ace of Pentacles. So if you're submitting your work for feedback, if you're waiting on a response from an interview, you will receive some sort of review response. This could also be like you reaching the end of your probation here as well. Because, you know, I feel like your hard work is being reviewed. The Eight of Pentacles, some of you, there's more money coming in for you this month. It could be a raise. Remember the elevation movement. I do believe someone is critiquing your work though, so just be prepared. Analytical energy, it's someone that's going to be really looking at the nitty and gritty here. This could be you combing through contracts, Aries. This could be someone combing through your contract, your last 3 months working within the company, your last 12 months working in the company, analyzing your contributions that you've made towards the company, towards the business, or something like this here. The Queen of Wands is here. This is creativity. This is spirituality. If you have been working with another female, or you do have a female boss, Queen of Wands, someone under the sign of a Leo, there's a lot of leadership. Now, okay, some of you could lock horns with this person here because they're very competitive, much like you. One of you will definitely come out on top. One of you will be in balance, so be prepared for this. But eventually you'll find this happy medium. Let's just concentrate on the good here, Aries. Eventually you'll find that balance between this person, which is really, really good. But look, this is an element of flamboyancy, of color, of creativity, of spirituality. For those that are wanting to concentrate on theology, the esoteric arts, nature, naturopath medicine, and things of this nature, I do believe this is coming up, and I do believe that you could find money-making opportunities in these avenues here. Leadership, fitness, strength, encouragement, mentorship could also gain you more money, but I do believe there's the element of mentorship coming up around you in regards to your career. But this is prominence. There's a lot of prominence. You opening up like a flower here. And look at this, you've got the Six of Wands here. So you've got a following around you here, Aries. You've got people wanting to find your ideas, wanting to follow you. You're setting a good example here. Some of you are being elevated to this role here. You've got a wreath of victory around you. There's the trophy, there's the wreath, there's the money. Eight of Pentacles. Working on those projects, working on your craft to improve your financial situation. Absolutely wonderful things coming up for you in regards to career. You do have the Hangman here, so this is a bit of imbalance. Pressure. Being held in suspense or being placed under pressure will actually, this is actually when you thrive here, Aries. I'm not sure if someone will be putting you under pressure or you will be putting someone else under pressure. But as a result, you will thrive. I feel like you'll be in your natural element here. I believe you'll be able to take the new this project, this company to new heights. Your own role to new heights is what I'm seeing here. But just remember, where there's imbalance, there's balance. This is a counterpart. So no matter what happens here, ultimately, you will come into a very forthright, positive energy in regards to your career. Some of you maybe, if there's new opportunities looming around you, looking at these other cards, it could be working with someone else. It could be in finance. It could be working with artifacts maybe. It could be working in helping people restore balance. It could be from injuries, workers' compensation, customer service, insurance maybe, providing feedback, data entry or something like this is coming up as well for some of you in regards to your career. But look, I will leave it at that, Aries.